Hi everybody, it's Lydia here. So today I'm finally uploading a review video. I know I'm terrible at doing these, I just never get around to doing them, but yay, I'm finally doing one. Today's review is the Black Widow, The Finely Woven Thread by Nathan Edmondson and illustrated by Phil Noto. Now I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm not a total comic noob. I just never really got into comic books when I was younger, and it's only been in the last couple of years that I've thought about kind of maybe trying it out. The reason I decided to start with Black Widow is simply because I have been watching obviously the majority of the Marvel films over the last couple of years, you know, all the Avengers, etc. And like a lot of people, I am quite annoyed that they still haven't made a Black Widow standalone movie. Because let's face it, she's been in so many movies by now and yet she has yet to have her own movie, and it's ridiculous. Basically how I came onto this was simply that the other day there was a discussion about, obviously a couple of weeks ago Marvel announced their third phase, and they announced finally that they're making a female superhero movie with Captain Marvel in a few years' time. And that's great, it's fantastic, but did raise the question, why have we still not got a Black Widow movie? And out of that came this 2-page opening to a Black Widow film written by Nathan Edmondson, and it was so good. It was so good. I couldn't find it when I was looking for it earlier because I think he might have taken it down for some reason, but I'll see if I can find it, and if so I'll put a link in the description. It was really good. It was literally just the cold opening to the film prior to the titles, and it was just really well written, and it made me really want to read more or know more about Black Widow. So that was why I decided to get this, really. So as I said, this covers the first 6 editions of the Black Widow reboot comic. They just released the 12th individual comic, and depending on how long it takes them to release the next annual for this, I may or may not get around to reading those individually by themselves, but I'm going to try and hold out until they release the next 6 in an annual like this. I have to say I absolutely loved this. I raced through it pretty much as soon as it arrived, and the main reasons I love it is just that the fact that she's such a good character and she's so interesting. It's so great to have a female character that is not all about love and feelings and emotions, and that's great, that's fine, you know, there is room for that as well, but it's great to have a bit of change and diversity once in a while, and this comic really kind of highlights that. My favourite one in this is probably number 3, Foliage, simply because there is a kind of short plot line in that which is, it's totally kind of real life, but it is darker than all the other stories in it, despite the fact that they're obviously, you know, in the other comics she's fighting all these villains and everything and all that jazz and being shot at and everything, but the darkest kind of moment in it is actually this real life situation, and it was just really well written. The illustrations in this by Phil Noto are absolutely brilliant. My favourite thing actually about this is her costume. You can't really see on this, but on the back you'll see this is basically her costume, and my favourite thing about it is that it's totally gender neutral, because one of the things I hate about comics, and one of the things that's really kind of pushed me away from really getting into comics, is the outfits that they have the female superheroes wearing, because it's really annoying. For example, Black Widow, she's a spy, she's always getting shot at and thrown things at and everything, she's always in fights. She's not going to go into a fight with her cleavage showing, is she? It's like kind of, you know, stupid. So it really, I was so happy to see that they hadn't done that with this. It's actually really great because at the back of the comic they actually have a couple of other artists' impressions of Black Widow, and this costume really kind of, it shows how great it is when you look at these, particularly this one by Milo Manero. I mean, you've got to be stupid if you're a spy and you go into a fight wearing a costume like that. I mean, you're just leaving yourself open to get shot easily. But the illustrations in general are really beautiful, particularly the kind of wide shots, as it were, and the locations and stuff are really amazingly well drawn, and I I just sit, it takes me ages to turn every page because I'm just sat there analysing every single section of it. I absolutely loved it. So I really recommend checking it out if you, like me, really want a Black Widow movie and are waiting for one. There aren't, I mean, she appears in a lot of obviously the earlier comics, but she didn't have a standalone comic for quite a long time, and there aren't that many issues of it. This is the one that's currently going on, and everything that I've seen, Nathan Edmondson Wright, who wrote this, he really gets the character and understands the importance of the character, and I really recommend this version if you're looking for something more, because God knows we need more Black Widow because she's just not in anything nearly enough. So that's it for today's review. I know it's kind of totally different to the stuff I normally talk about. If you have any recommendations for like other comics I should check out, or graphic novels, I really want to get into graphic novels because I have a couple that are sort of either based around TV stuff or they're based around Shakespeare. Those are the graphic novels I have, and I really want to kind of find more graphic novels because they're beautiful, some of them, and I just don't know where to start. It's the kind of thing you just like, it's such a big world of literature, and it's like, where do you even start with that? So if you have any recommendations for graphic novels, let me know in the comments section below and I will check them out. So that's it for today's video. I will see you again tomorrow for another video, but until then, bye!